let's get on with this. The first movie is Infinity Pool, starring Alexander Skarsgård, who was in my favorite film last year, The Northman. Mia Goth, also in two of my favorite films last year, X and Pearl. And Cleopatra Coleman, I'm pretty sure that was his girlfriend in the movie. I've already forgotten about her. Directed by Brandon Cronenberg, son of David Cronenberg, who is a very well-known director, but also horror director. He was also the guy Jason stabs in Jason X. Those are his two claims to fame, I assume.
That's not nice of Jason.
But what was that, Mint?
That's not nice of Jason.
You know, Jason's not known for doing nice things, Mint. He's not known for doing nice things. Now,
we're going to cancel him for that. I'm not liking that.
No, but Jason needs to be canceled. Actually, Jason has been canceled because they haven't made a movie about him since 2009.
We don't talk about that one.
But yes, he is his father, David Cronenberg, is a horror director and just a director. They're the same thing. I didn't want to just say just horror director because he's done other things. But Brandon Cronenberg, I haven't seen any of his movies. Have you two?
This is my first movie that I've seen from him, and boy, I gotta tell you, wow. This one's a ride.
Wait, Joey, did you just say, I gotta tell you? That's off-brand.
Oh,
do it again. Do it
okay.
again. Do it again.
Boy, let me tell you, wow.
Say the line, Bart.
There you have it, folks.
Yeah. So Joey did his, let me tell you, let me get Mint to do her line. Mint, could you believe some of the things happening in this movie?
Wow, I can't believe it. Oh my goodness gracious.
Okay. So how I saw this movie, a local theater is closing down, one that me and Casey frequent a lot. It's a nice small theater. It's been there forever, and it's finally closing. Regal is closing a lot of their smaller theaters and focusing on their nice big ones. So we were like, let's go see one last movie there. And we were going to go see the M. Night Shyamalan movie, but it was not playing. And I was like, what do you want to see? Do you want to see a movie in that theater, or do you want to just see the M. Night movie? She's like, I kind of really wanted to go to that theater. I'm like, okay, then pick any movie. I'm fine. She's like, what about Infinity Pool? All I knew about Infinity Pool were the two actors in it. And I think I saw a picture of Mia Goth holding a gun. And that is it. I didn't watch a single trailer. I didn't look anything into it. Even going into the film, I had no idea what it was about. Did you have any idea what this was about going into it, Joey C?
No, actually, the only reason I even remotely wanted to watch it was because you sent me a list and say, hey, man, you got to watch this. So I watched it, didn't watch any trailer, had no idea. And wow, this was a movie.
What about you, Mint? What was your previous exposure to this movie?
My previous exposure to this movie was none. I didn't watch the trailer. He just sent me a list. Hey, watch this movie. I'm like, okay, I shall. So I did it actually a couple hours ago.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're
so
pretty
it's
fresh on it. All right.
It's fresh in your head. So the movie plays, and I was like, I wonder what this is about. Okay, we got a bunch of people at a resort on an island. I'm like, I just watched the first season of White Lotus, so okay, I'm getting some White Lotus vibes. Probably be about the natives or anything. And then, like, the plot kicks in, and I was like, oh, that's what this is about. So just a brief summary here.
Are we doing spoilers? Should we spoil it?
No, slight spoilers.
Okay,
I don't want to spoil
spoilers.
like the whole movie because these are brand new movies, so I just want to go not too much into spoiler territory. So, Alexander Skarsgård and his girlfriend, like I said, they're vacationing. He's a writer. He hasn't written anything in years, though. They hang out with a couple who they run into, Mia Goth and her husband or whatever. And they go adventuring outside of the resort, which you're not supposed to do on this island. There's a weird moment, which I want to talk about, that I have a lot of problems with. They accidentally kill a guy, and they try to get away with it, but they do not
A hit and run,
away
basically.
with it. Yes. And good old Thomas Kretschmann is the local police guy there. He arrests them, and he's like, hey, I just want you to know, under our laws, the member of the family has to kill you. That's the rules down here. And then he goes, but if you opt into this deal that we're doing, it costs money. we can make an entire genetic copy of you, and the member of the family can kill this copy, and this copy will have all of your memories and feelings. And you can get off scot-free, and your copy will take the fall. So I was like, wait, what? I'm watching, I'm like, cloning? Is that what this movie's about?
I was not
So
expecting that.
yeah, no one, I don't think anyone was expecting that, unless it was in the trailer, I don't know. But yeah, so he gets dipped in some red goo.
Yeah.
They clone him, and like one of the requirements is you have to watch. Like, you have to watch the person kill your double. So yeah, and something in this like awakens something in Alexander Skarsgård, because he basically is like, I just got away with stuff, and I can get away with more, and I can see the results of my actions, but not have to actually participate or like suffer them myself. And then he realizes that there are other people on this island that this has happened to multiple times, and it's like, it's broken their brains. Because they start doing it to get their kicks off, and the movie gets real trippy. The movie was very trippy. The cinematography was insane.
I really dug the cinematography. It got really deep. It was like layers on layers on layers. I was like, good Lord, when is it going to stop?
Yeah. Man, what did you think of the visuals in this?
The visuals were, first of all, I really like the cinematography, the shot composition, and a lot of the shots, especially when they start, they smoke a beetle. I don't know what
That's
drug
right.
it is. They smoke a beetle, but they hallucinate, and then there's breast milk, but it's not breast milk, and I didn't like that scene.
Because it turned into breast blood for a second.
Oh, that's what it was.
There's a lot of trippy stuff in this, weird visuals, weird unexplained sci-fi. But the problem I had with the film, and I'm pretty sure we all had the same problem. So Alexander Skarsgård, he takes a piss, and then Mia Goth shows up right behind him, right away just starts cranking him, and he like comes in like 1 minute, and I'm like, I went bullshit right after a piss. I'm like, it does not happen that fast.
No man would ever ejaculate that fast. I gotta tell you, that would never happen to.
Well, no.
You know,
happening that fast, that definitely happens, Joey. See, happening that fast after pissing, it's like, no, because it's one pipe, and it's got to readjust for the new thing. I'm pretty sure he wasn't peeing hard. It was. What was that, Mint?
It's like a train circuit. The vas deferens is like a train circuit.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, you
yes,
can't just switch gears that fast.
And I think we can all agree that probably the movie lost points for this. It probably took us out of the moment. Mint, were you confused by this whole sequence here?
I was really confused as to like why just like come up to somebody and like
that's assault
outside to start jerking them off. I'm like, I don't know, take it to the bedroom or something. You know that he has a girlfriend.
Yeah.
So like take it to the bedroom, make sure you guys don't get caught if you guys are gonna do that. But like outside, right in the middle of like,
hang on, you pose a good point there. What the hell? What kind of timing was that? The man's peeing, and what makes you think, oh, he's peeing, time to go?
Yeah,
what do you mean? You
gotta wait like a minute or so, man. You can't just go in it. And by the way, this is a while before the cloning is introduced, and I was watching this. I'm watching this scene, and I'm like, well, that's just very unrealistic. I don't care for this. Now, I don't want to talk too much about the plot and everything. We gave a brief summary. Starting with you, Joey. Joey, did you like this movie or did you hate it?
It's pretty middle of the road for me. I think there's a lot of like undertones of like privilege and consumerism and
woke
gentrification stuff.
Woke. It's what you're saying, words that make me say woke. I don't even know why I'm saying.
Right.
But I hear those words and I have to yell woke. I have to.
It was a deep movie. It was a decent ride, I guess. It wasn't anything crazy. It's nothing I would call you immediately and say, dude, have you seen that? It was, it was enjoyable.
Yeah, Mint, what did you think of Infinity Pool? What was your main takeaway from this?
So at the beginning, I was like, okay, I'm interested. I want to see what's happening. And then as things get weirder and weirder and like more insane, like I had questions like, would I clone myself in order to do more crimes? Probably not. But these it posed a lot of questions. Like, if you're gonna clone yourself to do crime, what's the point of cloning yourself as like a punishment? That's not a punishment. Not at all. I don't consider that a punishment. That's just somebody getting away scot-free and then seeing somebody else who looks like them, like their twin, getting killed for it. I don't like that, okay? That's not a punishment system. So I don't like this movie because the punishment system doesn't make sense to me. Like, that's...
Yeah.
Plus, I like the visuals and the cinematography, the shot composition, the set dressing was pretty good. I enjoyed that. It was just weird. It was a little bit too weird for me.
It was an odd movie.
Real quick, I'm just gonna bump your mic up again, Min. I just saw something that they still think you're a little too low, so I'm bumping it up.
No,
Say
I will
something,
say. Oh, Mint, say something, please.
Say something. I'm giving up.
I think that sounds a little bit better. Now, Mint, I don't know if you're familiar with David Cronenberg, the director's father. He does a lot of body horror stuff. So it's interesting to see that his son has also explored this body horror genre. I like the masks that they made them wear, like the weird
really cool.
fleshy masks. Yeah, I really like that. And you're right. I really enjoyed this movie, not knowing what it was going in. Guys, I think I laughed so hard at this more than any comedy I've seen in a while. And actually, in the theater, I was like, it dawned on me. I'm like, I don't think I've seen a good new comedy in a very long time. So this weird, trippy body horror psychedelic thing is just making me giggle. And I'm like, this is what I have to go to now. But I like that most of the movies I've seen in theaters lately have not been intellectual properties, except for one that we're going to talk about at the very end.
That's right.
So I really enjoyed that. Now, you know who really didn't like this movie? Casey. She hated this thing.
Really?
She had to hide her eyes the whole time. This was too much. It was too much for Casey. She could not. She was like, I hate this movie.
That
This
actually
is
cracked
disgusting. She is being so grossed out, and I'm laughing my ass off. Like when he's having sex with Mia Goth and the camera pans down and the French guy or whatever is behind them. She's like,
yeah.
ow, the peeing jerk off scene, that was a little too much. I don't think she expected a close up of the actual stuff on the ground. I don't think anyone did.
Yeah, that was pretty
But
gross.
maybe there's something she liked. Let's call her real quick. Let's see.
Oh boy, I kind of I'm kind of like with both of you guys,
Yeah.
honestly.
One
My last
second,
candle
man.
was also disgusting.
One second. Hi, Casey. What was your favorite part of Infinity Pool? Yeah, that movie Infinity Pool that we saw. What was your favorite part?
No. I tried to block it out of my memory. There is no good parts. All parts bad.
Okay. That's all we wanted to know. I just told everyone in the live chat how your reaction to the movie, and they were all entertained by it. But okay,
No. Don't see
no, I wish my co-host for tonight's episode got that advice because they did see Infinity Pool.
Ah!
All right, goodbye, Casey.
Oh, okay. Bye, Tony.
Bye. I will say, I mean, she'll never watch it again. But if you're going to go see this movie, take someone who's like Casey, because her reaction to everything made the movie so much more enjoyable.
Yeah, I can totally see that.
I was just like, this movie's fun and everything, but like you freaking out and going, no! And I'm like, okay, that made the movie it's
a lot less enjoyable than or a lot more enjoyable than me sitting in a dark room, just like eating popcorn, like watching a guy get jerked off and peeing at the same time.
Now,